Morning all, coffee time again. It's Monday morning, the start of a fresh week. What's happening in the news? I did flick over to the BBC News website and had a look on there, but the Wales News is all a bit sort of local newspapery, and home of BBC is... It talks about the COP26, which I may mention, the climate summit, and also bits and pieces. But yeah, see the BBC, years and years and years ago, when the internet was still a new thing, and you were on dial-up and stuff like that. The BBC was used to check you had a connection and it was working, because if the BBC website was down, then the whole of the internet wasn't working, and that's pretty much all we use the BBC website for. I've just flicked on it now. See, it's a weird one, the BBC. I resent paying a telly licence. I do, because they do have adverts on the BBC now, and they do make money off these voting programmes like Strictly and all that. So they want it both ways. They want you to pay for this service, and they advertise their other programmes, and yeah, I'm pretty sure if you're on the Strictly app or phone in and all that, then you get in charge for it, which is just like the other channels do. So I think we should scrap the BBC licence fee. Actually, I think it's 156 quid or however much it is a year, and you're not getting particularly good quality of programmes. You get the odd one, you do get the odd one, but you get decent programmes on other channels as well. Look at Sky Atlantic, look at the stuff they put out, high quality drama. Let's not mention Game of Thrones, but look at the high quality drama that Sky Atlantic put out, and that's done via advertising revenue. So you can't really argue that it needs the licence fee to keep it going. And my parents are parishioners now, and they're paying for it, and they shouldn't have to. So no. So the BBC website, I flicked onto it and then flicked off it again. Back onto Twitter. What's happening? Doctor Who's trending. Well, I haven't watched last night's now, so I don't know. Politics trending. I always appreciate it. Strictly is trending, but maybe that's the algorithm, because I sort of look at it and follow it as well. And yeah. Oh, as usual, not a lot really. Not a lot. Well, nothing of interest, shall we say. There's probably plenty happening on there. Oh, time for another mouthful of coffee, but nothing of interest. And that's the thing with the internet, isn't it? I saw a thing yesterday. It went past on one of my social media feeds. I can't find it again now. But, Orwell versus Huxley. George Orwell said, the truth will be obscured and censored and hidden, and that was like what 1984 was about. And Huxley said people won't care about the truth because they'll just be drowning in a sea of pap. And yeah, that's the internet. The truth is out there on the internet, but it's so much pap, you've got to filter through it. We watched a film last night on UFOs. Yeah, I know. Where's my tin foil at? No, we watched a thing last night, a Stephen Greer film, Unacknowledged, on UFOs. It was really, really interesting. Now, my personal beliefs... I have never seen a UFO. I've seen sheet lightning, I've seen satellites, when the sky's clear you can look up and see a lot. I've never seen anything that I can't identify. Do I believe in aliens? Well, from a numbers game, yeah. You've got to if you look at it and you say there are more, as it said in this programme last night, there are more Earth-type planets with atmospheres and gravity and all the rest of it in the universe than there are grains of sand on all the world's beaches. So if you to a beach and, you know, pick up a bucket full of sand and try and count how many grains of sand there are, you know. So yeah, statistically, I think there's got to be, but it takes a lot to sort of create life as well. And like, you know, we are the perfect storm. You know, we're the Goldilocks. We're just the right distance away from the sun. We have the moon, which gives us our sea. Because with no moon, there'd be no life on Earth as well. Never mind the bees and all the rest of it. Without the moon, you know, we wouldn't have the seasons, we wouldn't have the tides and all the rest of it. So, you know, and also the age of the planet, and there's a lot of things. It's perfect to get life, or should we say, to get human life of a bipedal, you know, sort of skeletal, for, you know, all the rest of it that breathes oxygen and eats proteins and all the rest of it, is a perfect storm, and that's what we've got. That's what we have here. So yeah, statistically speaking, there's got to be some form of life on other planets. As far as the UFOs and all that goes, I think I think there's two types. I think there's a lot of man-made stuff from a breakaway civilization or secret government black budget stuff flying around out there, and there may also be the odd occasional alien. I don't know. See, I don't think we can comprehend. It's like trying to comprehend God. I'm not sure we can, but there may be the odd alien who comes and has a look. We obviously have some sort of prime directive non-interference policy, hopefully, I don't know, but yeah, perhaps there is the odd one that comes from the far reaches of the universe, has a quick look and then scarpers again. They're probably just keeping an eye on us, you know, just to make sure, and if we blow ourselves up, they won't care. If we start to get off planet and, you know, start mining the asteroid belt and building colonies on the moon and Mars, they'll probably say, oh, hello, new neighbours. But I also think we have to, you know, like I've mentioned before, we have to get through this period of our development. But yeah, if we become a space-bound civilization, they'll probably introduce themselves. But if we just blow ourselves to Kingdom Come or back to the Middle Ages or whatever, then they won't give a, they'll be like, oh well, whatever, you know. It's like an ant's nest, isn't it? You got an ant's nest in the bottom of your garden, you know. As long as they don't interfere with you, you don't really care. The ant's nest started building its own shed, its own house, and you'd do something about it. If you woke up one morning and the ant's nest wasn't there because they'd all wiped themselves out, you wouldn't really give a monkey's either way. So yeah, that's the UFO thing. That got a bit tinfoil hat, didn't it? But yeah, it's a subject I do find quite interesting. And the Stephen Gray programme, Unacknowledged, you know, he says there is more evidence for UFOs than there is for black holes, and we all kind of believe black holes exist. So yeah, but what else happened? Well, the owl was out last night. I took some video. I'm going to try and run it through a photo editing thing, see if I can get the video a bit clearer and see if I can see it. And I have some jobs for this week as well. Kind of made a mistake. Well, I didn't. I've been sorting through the bottom of the garden, which, as I've mentioned before, has been neglected for years. And I've been digging out sort of the rubble and the bricks and the stonework and all the rest of it, which I've thrown where I want to put the patio. So basically, sometime this week, he says, looking out the garden, I'm going to have to move all that stonework to another location and pile it up there. So when I start doing the patio, I'm not, you know, I've piled it on where I wanted to do it. It's like, shouldn't have done that. Well, it'll get sorted, but hopefully I can get a couple of nice days. Planning on doing a couple of walks to Lidl or Asda as well this week, since I missed my walk and dip at the weekend. So yeah, maybe quite a busy week on this week. Things to do. But I'm just I'm finishing my coffee. Having a little natter into the camera. And peace out.